All right, and big breaking news coming in over the IPL tournament. The Chinese mobile giant VIVO will not be sponsoring IPL this year, as there was some speculation earlier that VIVO could be one of the sponsors. So since they had only 3 years left under the contract, they will now probably do 2021, 2022 and 2023 instead. So who could be the sponsor of the IPL? That is going to be decided shortly, but that's a huge news coming in. Remember, there was a lot of controversy of why should there be a Chinese sponsor for the IPL. All right, Sia, that's the big news that's come in. I'm going to stay with that story. Chinese mobile giant seems to have for now backed out, or is expected, perhaps has been, to back out from sponsoring the IPL. This is in background of the controversy that when India was banning Chinese applications, trying to step up pressure over China for the aggression that it showed at the line of actual control, could it or should it have been sponsoring the prestigious IPL tournament, which is just set to begin next month? So now we can confirm here on India Today that Chinese mobile giant VIVO will not be sponsoring the IPL this year. And with the 3 years left under the contract, they will be doing so 2021, 22 and 23 instead. And that means the IPL will have a standalone, a new sponsor, possibly at least for the 2020 edition this year. And it will be decided shortly in the next few hours or possibly next few days as well. So that's a big news, could possibly put an end to a lot of speculation as well. Rahul Rawat joining me. Rahul, that's big news that IPL will not have the VIVO sponsor, because that was creating a lot of controversy.
Well, Pooja, what the BCCI sources, in fact, the top BCCI hierarchy is telling us that VIVO actually had asked them that they wanted a cut of around 30 to 40% this year because of, their sales was not as expected. So what has been decided now is that this year BCCI is going to float a new tender for the sponsors this year, which should be out in next 3 days. And as far as VIVO is concerned, VIVO had a contract till 2022. So now what is going to happen is this year we are going to have a different sponsor for IPL. And then next year, that would be 2021, 22 and 23. VIVO will come back on board with the IPL as the title sponsor.
Just completely out yet. So when can we expect, Rahul, perhaps the announcement for the new or standalone sponsor for the IPL?
Well, Pooja, in next 3 days, BCCI is going to float a tender. Obviously, there'll be a lot of bidders for that IPL sponsorship, for the title sponsorship. Thereafter, as and when whoever the highest bidder is going to get the title sponsorship, still we have close to 1.5 months for the IPL to begin in the UAE. That would be 19th of September. But this comes pretty late. As you already know, there's been a clamor, but which says that we should not have Chinese products sponsoring the IPL. There are a lot of other investors. In fact, there are a lot of other products and brands that have investment from Chinese companies. So VIVO, of course, is the title sponsor. They were paying 2199 crores to be precise for a 5-year deal, and this was the second year, and it was to run till 2022. And now what happens is 440 crores was what VIVO was paying IPL annually. So now this year they're going to have a different sponsor and will come back on board in 2021, 22, 23. So as you asked, when can you expect? Yes. Once the tenders are out, we'll have the bidders, and hopefully it should happen in next couple of weeks.
Rahul, stay on with me, because that's big breaking news on India Today. Chinese mobile giant VIVO, which was earlier a sponsor of the IPL, will not be sponsoring the IPL tournament this year for the 2020 edition. With 3 years left under the contract, it will likely be moving on to 2021, 22, 23 instead. And IPL will have now a standalone sponsor, and in the next 3 days, we can have that announcement coming in. Huge news now. I want to go back to Rahul. Rahul, can we say that this in some way also had the pressure, whether it was from the country, citizens or political, because how come this decision suddenly has come? You told us about the financial issue as well. But could it be just that? What are your sources telling you? Because it's getting very interesting. The timing is just too coincidental.
Well, absolutely. Timing is coincidental, but Pooja, trust me, this, obviously there was a public sentiment against Chinese products. We've been, as we already know, the government has already banned 50 odd Chinese apps, and people were also asking that we should ban Chinese products in this country. But that hasn't happened. The IPL Governing Council met a couple of days back. In fact, they specifically highlighted the point that all the sponsors, all the IPL sponsors have been retained, including VIVO as the title sponsor. Now, what we have heard and what we've been told from, from the top BCCI officials is that the Chinese phone manufacturer, that is VIVO, was asking for a 30 to 40% cut, as far as, because 440 crores is what they were paying annually to the BCCI or the IPL as a part of the sponsorship deal. But BCCI said this year you leave it, we'll have a different sponsor, and after next year.
Rahul,
in fact,
we are immediately getting a lot of reactions as well, being joined by people. I'm now joined by Ashwini Mahajan. He's an author, columnist. He's also from the Swadeshi Manch. Mr. Mahajan, you had put just a few hours ago a hashtag that you wanted to be trending. This was about boycott Chinese IPL. So it seems that now it's not happening. So do you think that it is also the public sentiment that has worked in favor?
Yeah, obviously we will welcome this decision of IPL for not letting VIVO sponsor the IPL this year. But let me tell you that this is something which is not acceptable to the people of this country. That VIVO would be sponsoring in the next or other next years. So, IPL should come clear on this issue that the sentiment of the people, sentiment of this country, and the resolve of the present regime, the present government is that nothing Chinese would be allowed now onwards, whether it is investments or Chinese companies filing or winning tenders or having any agreements with Chinese companies. So this is something which is against the wishes and the mood of the nation, and therefore, though we welcome this decision of IPL not to allow VIVO this year, but it should not happen even next year. The situation is not going to change next year or in the years to come. Therefore, though we welcome this and
Mr. Mahajan, many would say, like is said about sports, that keep sports away from politics. That is the political domain. Let the netas deal with it. This was about sponsorship. Let this continue. What do you say to that?
See, there is no politics in this. This is the wish of the people. This is the mood of the nation. There is no politics in this. All the political parties they have said that this is not good if a Chinese company would be sponsoring, because the mood of the nation is that people are throwing away their mobile phones. They are breaking their TV sets, Chinese TV sets. Then how come IPL would allow the Chinese company to sponsor?
Okay, so no VIVO IPL sponsor this time. Seems some groups at least are welcoming the decision. Rahul Rawat, Ashwini Mahajan, thank you so much for your time. Some more breaking news coming in. Let's take a look at that.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.